And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
It's your day today. It is your day. How do I know? Because you know where you're going. Don't you wish you always know where you're going? Some of you do. I love the people who know where they're at and exactly where they're going because you make it easy. You make it easy to predict what's going on. The rest of us out here trying to figure out as we go, and maybe if you fall in that bucket today, you're in the right place today because on Effective Communication, we're always looking for ways to be more effective and how we communicate, how we relate, how do we get things done in our lives. And one of the biggest things that people go through and struggle with every day is what is their purpose? What are they doing today? And is it going to lead to the right tomorrow? And a lot of times I talk to professionals and counseling and working through issues with people, and they're saying, we're just trying to get people to cope with what they've been through and make it through the day. And Phil, you want to talk about tomorrow? We'll deal with that tomorrow, right? Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. But really what I found is there's a simple thing, and it's really relevant in communication in our lives. If you really want to be more successful tomorrow, ask yourself, where are you at today? Are you grounded? Do you know what you're about and what you're doing? Let me give you an example. A buddy of mine one day said, hey, can we get together? I really need to get together. I feel like I'm doing a million different things, and I feel like I've lost focus. And maybe you're one of those people who's lost focus. It's been a difficult last 18 months, and you're really trying to re-hone your skills and refocus on what is this purpose you're about. And he got together with me. He said, I belong on all these different boards. I sit on all these different boards. I'm actively involved. I've got my personal life. I'm a grandfather now, and I've got so many things going on. And I'm asking myself, what am I doing with my time? And as we talked about it, we found out they spend a lot of time on educational boards with different educational organizations. And he also spent a lot of time on medical boards for different medical industry boards. And so he had two. And as we talked about these things, we talked about what did he really enjoy about being on these boards and how much time he spent helping these organizations to be more successful. And as we got down to it, he just said, I have to cut back. I need to get focus. And so as we talked about it, I said, well, let's take a look at the board you're on. And they really focused around two areas, education and healthcare. And as we looked at it, I was trying to figure out what is he really focused on? What's his really true interest based on where he's at right now? And he couldn't stop talking about his grandchildren, being a grandfather and being part of their young lives. And as we talked about this, we started associating back to where he wanted to spend his time. And it really came down to, do I want to spend my time on all these boards or some of these boards? And what he found was that he really was tied to developing the kids and really tied to his own grandkids. And he said, Phil, I think that's where I want to focus. And as we talked about, he said, think or know. When somebody says to you, I think, well, what do you think? It's what do you know? And he found out that he really knows that he wants to spend time developing or working with organizations that develop youth. And so we focused on that. And by the time we were done with the session, he had retooled where he was going to focus his time and his energy in his life. So the point being is sometimes you just need people to ask you the right questions. So I'm going to ask you a question. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? What are you grounded in? What grounds you every single day? When you look at what you're doing every single day, what is your grounding thing? So one of the best ways to do this is to come up with a personal purpose statement. Yes, I said it, a personal purpose statement. Know your purpose, because why? It's going to keep you grounded. It's going to keep you focused on what's most important to you. And a personal purpose statement should be brief, sentence or two, should be repeatable, easy to remember. It should be unique to who you are and your values. And tying it back to the values, it should be emotionally impactful. When you say it and you hear it, it drives back to who you are as a person and the difference you want to make. And it can be pretty simple. I have one, and all of my people that I work with know what it is. My job every single day, my personal purpose statement, is to remove barriers and create opportunities. And I do this for other people. And so one of the things that holds me accountable to, it's brief, it's simple, remove barriers and create opportunities. It's repeatable. I just repeated it to you on the air. And it's unique. It's personal to me. It's what I ground myself in every single day. And why is it impactful? Because as I'm here with you today, if I could share wisdom that's going to make your life easier, it's going to make your life better, you're going to have a better life, and in turn, all the people around you in society and the world are going to appreciate the fact that you're on focus and on point and grounded to who you are. So come up with a personal purpose statement. Know who you are. And if you know your purpose, it will make it easier to confidently use your time wisely. Now go make it happen.